Okay, so apparently the Mario Brothers movie is officially surpassed 1 billion in relation to box office revenue, and that's not too surprising because in the last video I made, I said something like that was going to happen within the next couple of months, and it literally happened days later. And honestly, I'm pretty sure a lot of people before it's released didn't think that was going to be as popular as it has become. And it hasn't even been 2 months yet. You know, we've reached like over 1 billion in terms of box office revenue. So by the time the year is over, I mean, we can potentially see the movie drawing in at least like 10 billion. You know, if it continues accumulating, money, and at this rate, it could possibly hit like 10 or like 12 million before the end of 2023. And the thing is, like, I honestly feel like this movie is going to be one of those films that's going to be looked back about a decade from now, and people are going to say that the movie was amazing and that, you know, we were very lucky to get the movie during the time that we got it. And honestly, I didn't think we were going to get anything this good from the Super Mario Brothers series in relation to like film or anime, because you look at the older Super Mario Brothers film from 1993, and then you look at the animated series, which came out like back in the 80s. They were both horrible, you know, compared to this. But at the same time, anything like film related in relation to the Mario Brothers series would have been a step forward compared to what we got from the Mario Brothers film from 1993. So I think at this point, like, this movie is more popular than two Sonic the Hedgehog movies that came out between 2020 and 2022. And not only that, the Super Mario Brothers film from this past month, it basically is a part of a prestigious club in relation to like high profile releases that has managed to earn $1 billion in box office revenue. And I'm talking about films like Titanic, Avatar, Spider-Man No Way Home, Jurassic World, Avengers, Infinity War, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, you name it. And I do feel that Mario, like, as a series and as a franchise, it's just one of those things that just gets better over time, you know, because the platform genre has been basically declining for a very long time, you know. And 3D platformers, even though they're somewhat popular in this day and age, are not nearly as popular as they were back in the 90s or the early 2000s or what have you. And I think the reason why Mario is such a success and why the movie was so popular is because Mario's name value is very high, because Nintendo has managed to, I guess, handle the character like very well, like the way he's promoted, the type of games he's included in. It's like everything that Mario is a part of seems to be gold, you know. And you can't deny the fact that Super Mario, or Mario, is basically one of the greatest video game characters of all time. And honestly, with the success of this film, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a sequel sometime in the near future, because this film is way too popular and way too successful not to have a sequel later down the line. Now, I don't know if whether or not that's going to happen a little bit later in the 2020s decade or in the next decade, but I do feel that this film definitely is going to get a sequel sometime in the distant future. And I do feel that there's definitely a future for Mario outside of video games, whether, you know, Mario has his own anime series, or whether, I guess, we get another film for the Super Mario Brothers series. There's definitely a future for Mario outside the world of gaming. And honestly, at this point, I have no idea, you know, how much this film is ultimately going to end up grossing, you know, before like the end of the year. A lot of people have different guesses in terms of, you know, how big and how popular the Mario Brothers movie will end up being before the end of 2023, going into 2024. But I do feel that for the most part, Super Mario is going to continue to evolve over time. A lot of people are still waiting for, I guess, a sequel to Super Mario Odyssey, which came out on the Switch console back in 2017, and that was probably one of the best Mario games ever made, depending on who you ask. Now, as it currently stands, the Super Mario Brothers movie is is not available like for people to stream or anything like that because the film literally just came out. A lot of people are waiting for it to appear on Netflix or whatever, you know, it's going to appear on, probably like towards the end of the year. But I'm pretty sure that, you know, it's going to be something that's going to encourage a lot of people. If they haven't began streaming yet, they're going to want to start streaming soon, because I feel like we're going to get more video game movies like later down the line, because a lot of people are switching away from cable television and they're streaming because people realize that you get better entertainment in relation to streaming. Now, as far as Mario is concerned, the movie is awesome. A lot of people had nothing but good things to say about it. You know, they loved the fact that there was a lot of video game references included. The voice acting was great. The dialogue was great. The lighthearted humor was awesome. People had nothing but good things to say about the Super Mario Brothers movie. And as far as like the video games are concerned, hopefully we'll learn more about a potential sequel to Super Mario Odyssey from Nintendo sometime in the distant future.